That's an excellent start to the league. Sounds pretty good. Hello, oldest son. Thank you. A string. So I'm gonna leave this bolt on top, and I'm just gonna go land pass here. I don't know what I'm looking for with Serum Visions just yet, and I may or may not want a lightning bolt against whatever my opponent's playing. Okay, they're playing black-white unplayables, so there's a reason why they're 1 and 2. We're gonna draw the lightning bolt against their deck. Do I want to fetch a basic mountain here? Probably. So I'm gonna fetch basic island, basic mountain. Probably don't want either of these cards in my deck, in my hand right now, especially with the Aether Vial. I already have 2 more lands lined up since we drew Sulfur Falls. No, likely Eldrazi in Texas. This is like a Magic Online fan favorite. Which, our Madcap Experiment's actually not going to be particularly good here, right? Because they likely have Path to Exiles in their main deck. Well, accidentally auto-yielded through the rest of their turn there. Probably doesn't matter. Probably just want to hold up Remand here. We're going to crack this now so we don't get blown out on it. We had drawn Blood Moon there. I'd have felt pretty bad about that auto pass, but drawing Remand makes it not too bad. Would have been nice to have the option to play Clique here, but I'm just gonna cycle this Remand. There's a good chance they just don't do anything else this turn. Their Vials on 2 anyways. Or Spell Snare, gross. Tilt. Yep. Thanks, Zach. Another Clique. Alright, well, we're just gonna flute my thing into play here. Yes, this deck sees way more play in Magic Online than it does in paper because Leonin Arbiter is anywhere between 50 and 100% better on Magic Online. So the donation threshold for a Leonin Arbiter deck, $50, which is only half the $100 donation threshold for a Lantern deck. Thought Not Seer, nice Dark Confidant, sweet, sweet. Oh, yep. If I wouldn't have auto-passed that turn, we could have Spell Snared one of their Dark Confidants there. That being said, like, we're gonna get to click... We're gonna get to click this Spell Snare out of my hand, right? No, people love watching Lantern. They'd probably love watching me lose with Lantern even more. We've not played the As Foretold Living End deck on stream before. Because on Magic Online, you just assume your opponent's going to, when you crack a fetch, it's going to prompt you to pay for Leonin Arbiter, and it doesn't. Another Vial, sure. Do I offer this trade here? Is it nuts to offer the trade here? Wait, what? Sure, I guess. Deal? What are the odds Bob can go all the way here, chat? What do we think? What do you think? I don't know, Callie. With my increased Magic schedule, I don't know that I have time for another game right now. Or did they just like never draw a path to exile? Did we go the distance? Yeah, I think Bob's on our squad. Feels like Bob's on our squad. Maybe I should have bolted this Flicker Wisp while it was my turn still. It's very possible. I'm gonna click them. Am I going to click them? Their hand is Thalia Aether Vial right now. Nah, I'm gonna click me. Why would Displacer kill us? Displacer doesn't do anything to Platinum Emperion. You think I want to send the bolt upstairs? Oh, fuck me. I was reading chat and I clicked too quickly. I wanted to put my... I hate how all of their prompts... The fact that every yes-no prompt on Magic Online is fucking different. It's like flipping a coin on how the yes-no prompt's going to work. So, half the yes-no prompts on Magic Online involve you clicking, yes, I want to do something, and then doing that thing. And then half the other prompts just require you to say, click no, or do that thing, or click no. So there's no yes prompt before you do it. Shh. Quiet mouth. There's no need to shriek, buddy. It's like UI roulette, right? So we're taking 8 here. So we'd be much better off if this click hadn't been in my hand. If this click wasn't in my hand, then I had another random card, we'd be better off here. So, so this click issue is going to directly cost us this game because I misclicked. Like, I could have... I'd have drawn this Cryptic Command for the turn and been able to, like, Cryptic tap draw this turn. And now I have to and attack with my click, and now I have to chump block with my click because of the misclick. No, it has nothing to do with the May. I said for yes-no interfaces. Sometimes they require you to click yes and then do the thing, and sometimes they expect you to just immediately do the thing. Alright, so... Abrade, Anger, Engineer are all good here. Platinum Emperion and Madcap are bad against the Path deck. Spell Snare and Remand are pretty bad against the Path deck. How do we trade? Vendilion Clique. Oh, you're right. You're right. Wait, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would have drawn the same. We would have drawn the same cards. We would have drawn the same cards. I guess Snare's okay. It's probably better than Remand. Ideally, I'd like to be able to cut all my counterspells in this matchup, but it doesn't look like that's an option. Blood Moon also isn't stellar. Believe it or not, our deck is not built well to compete against Black-White Ship Bears. This is unfortunate. Black-White Ship Bears is a modern specialty on Magic Online. What's going on, oldest son? You having a good afternoon? Hanging out? Need to play first tier? It's fine. Couple pieces of removal, cantrip, Snapcaster Mage. You need a diaper change again? Yep. We keep feeding you kids. Keep feeding you and then it runs through. So you always want to prioritize using your fetch lands first in this matchup, so you have the least amount of chance to get punished by a Leonin Arbiter. No, it's the stock Mardu Pyromancer deck. Mostly stock. We're gonna shove some Liliana the Veils in it. Deck similar to what Jerry Thompson's playing at the Pro Tour. Hey, General Snarf, brand new Twitch Prime support. Thanks a lot, I appreciate that. Sending your Amazon fun money this way this month. As always, subscriptions are the best way you can support my content here, so welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, it's a pretty good pickup there. I'm just gonna grab an island with this and play the Serum Visions. I'm using my fetch lands not only because I want to play around a potential Leonin Arbiter here, but also because if I bottom cards with the Serum Visions, I ideally want to avoid shuffling them back into my deck for a while. The Bolts here is a good draw because it lets me play 2 1-mana spells. The Desolate Lighthouse is probably going to be pretty good, right? I don't think I need another island at this point. Loot House seems reasonable, though. Any combo Jeep shenanigans? I mean, we do technically have Madcap Experiment in our deck. Are you talking like Ascendancy type combo stuff? Unsure. We'll see what Matt has time for. Depending on how quick the Mardu League goes, maybe we'll play Ascendancy. We did get a donation for me to play a deck of my choosing. So maybe if depending on how this league goes, we'll play that. Hey, Bellogram Mars with the Twitch Prime support. Thanks for sending your Amazon fun money this way this month. I do appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 7 new subscribers away from getting an extra emote slot on the channel. Give me something to bolt, opponent. 10 out of 10 will kill a Displacer. Ding ding ding. So I have a special setup with MTGO traders where they're an online store that sells me cards. So honestly, unless you're someone like me that changes decks, I don't know, say 4 times a day, and we're kind of unique, right? Like, not everyone is playing 5 Moto Leagues with 5 different decks a day. You honestly should just buy most Magic Online cards, because unlike Paper Magic, where you buy and sell cards at a 50% deficit at buy list, because the Magic Online market is so fluid, you often sell cards back at 80+% at like 70 to even 90% value, depending on the cards, especially if you're planning to turn them into other cards. So unless you need the convenience of being able to play 5 decks a day, renting on Magic Online just doesn't really make sense. Like, it makes sense to rent in paper if you're playing on occasion. This Leonin Arbiter into Ghost Quarter? No, it's another Eldrazi. Okay, that's fine. So I can go ahead and Izzet Charm the Thalia here. Gotta use your words. If you think Storm is fine in Modern, you gotta say Storm is fine in Modern because, and if you can't articulate yourself, you should think twice about your statement. Gotta use your words, chat. If you don't use your words, you're just less coherent than Jacob even. And Jacob's only got some English. Yeah, we're working on more English. Dad's trying to teach the chat how to talk, just like we work on teaching you how to talk. Well, I mean, the rental services on Magic Online are not cheap. Yeah, I think I'm just okay taking this hit here. I don't care about that. Dark Confidant. Yeah, that's fine. And crack this Misty Rainforest. Like even Mind Sensor here or something. It feels like they have Flicker Wisp. Maybe I should have just killed this on my turn. What do I want to do here? No, I don't intend to try Butcher of the Horde. I think that card's more cute than good. I think I want to just Snap Bolt here. They have Displacer mana up too, so we're going to Snap Bolt the Displacer ideally here. Be in a little bit of trouble if they have a Flicker Wisp. I have no idea what Paul Rietzel is playing. Did not catch his match. Oh, Abrade the Vile. That's interesting. Yeah, I like that line. I didn't consider that line, and I like that line a lot. I forget that Abrade has multiple text boxes, multiple parts to its text box, right? I think that was a much better line than what I ultimately ended up doing here. I'm pretty obligated to kill this Dark Confidant at this point, it feels like. Though I don't really have other good attacks left, so like maybe that's not true. There's no reason not to attack there. We're not blocking. Yeah, so for those in chat that didn't catch what I was talking about with what chat suggested earlier, I should have abraded this Vile at end of turn to force their Flicker Wisp play, and then we could have Snap Bolted on my turn. So yes, that is the same deck. Orbia 41 with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I do appreciate that. These engineered explosives would be quite excellent if we get a third color in our deck. I don't understand. I'm not saying that Storm is too good for the current Modern format. What I don't understand is how you can make the argument that Storm is okay in the current Modern format, but decks like Splinter Twin and Birthing Pod are not. I think Splinter Twin and Birthing Pod are similar levels of powerful to Storm in Modern currently. So I think it's silly to say that, well, Storm is too powerful, but these other decks are... that their Storm is fine, but these other decks are too powerful. That's my big problem with Storm. Yeah, so like this deck plays Engineered Explosives. God, I'm just such an idiot. This deck plays Engineered Explosives as a concession to the fact that you need to kill Tarmogoyf. I should have gotten a island there. This lets us tap draw for a turn. Ten out of 10 of the live tweets. We aim to please here. We have an entrancing melody as well. Yeah, I agree. As someone who plays a lot of interactive control decks, I'd much rather play against Birthing Pod as an interactive deck than play against Collected Company. God, and this not being an island is costing us again here. They're gonna take 2 of my lands at end of turn here again, I assume. Really? Okay. Oh, they probably want to... Yeah, we're pretty dead here. So I think our mistake that game definitely cost us. I don't know if we would have been able to win the match if we play that better, but that turn where I just abraded and hoped they didn't have the Flicker Wisp, I definitely should have been more conservative and shattered the Vial and then untapped and snap bolted instead of the line that I ended up taking. Yeah, and like Stony Silence is a card people play anyways. Like there's so many good answers in the format. They get to use their Displacer on their Flicker Wisp during my end of turn to take my lands away. I'm gonna fetch Steam Vents here. Honestly, Jin, I think I'm just on a Hex break. Maybe we'll take a look back with set 9. It's just... we added more Magic streams. The Magic streams are being very successful, so I'm kind of like... I have a hard time fitting more streaming content in than I have right now. The donation log for Magic stuff is kind of off the charts. It's been very successful, so I don't know that I have time to fit a second game into what I'm doing right now. Oh, did they? Yeah, I guess you're right. I wasn't considering that line. But it, like, forces their hand, right? I understand that's probably going to lose me some Hex subs, but, like, we've got so many Magic subs, like, it's kind of unreal. I never thought this would be anything more than, like, super hobbyist. I'm definitely going to be doing this mostly full-time at this point. Alright, so what do I want to do at this point? Clique's pretty good here, right? I think I'm going to top here. I haven't played a land yet this turn. Yeah, I'm going to go top here. We'll draw the land next turn. And then we can Clique with Spell Snare up to, like, check their hand. Madcap's not that good in this matchup, but if we can, like, clear the way through paths, it might be okay. Yeah, but, like... if a deck is too large of a meta share, that's another way to say that it's too powerful, right? Like, decks that are too good encompass too much of the format. Yes, 10 out of 10 definitely make more money from Twitch than teaching at this point. 10 out of 10. Which, to be fair, for those of you that aren't familiar with teaching, that's not like... it's not that big of a deal, because teaching doesn't pay a ton. Got some more Cheerios? Can you get your bowl? Get your ball. I think I'm going to... Hey, Urza's Mindslaver with the brand new Twitch Prime support. Thank you very much and welcome. I really appreciate that. Yo, Rock. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Sending your Amazon fun money this way this month. So I want to click my opponent during their upkeep here. And the reason for this is I want to play Vendilion... oh, I don't have a Clique. Clique's on top of my deck. Sorry. We're just, like, moving along here. Moving along. Yeah, I think so. And, like, streaming doesn't pay a ton of money, right? Like, but it's probably about the same that I would make it another part-time job. And, like, for those that have never looked at the cost of daycare, daycare is not cheap. Daycare is not cheap. They didn't argue that it was too consistent. They argued that it was too much of the format. Decks that become too much of the format become that much of the format because are they gonna breach me next turn? Why are we Cryptic Commanding my land? What is going on? Yeah, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10 agree. So you just want to, like, force through this Geist here, then? So I just, like, take their Geist away? Oh, right. Vendilion Clique doesn't put the cards up there. So they had Helix, leak, snare, steam vents. So, and this is just another commentary on how the American education system works. I actually couldn't get a job teaching high school if I wanted to. Because I have a master's degree, I'm considered overqualified, which means that most schools are required to pay people more money if they have more education. Which means that no one would hire me as a new high school teacher, even if I wanted to. And I don't really want to teach high school, but let's say I did, I wouldn't realistically be able to get a job most places because they'd much rather hire someone fresh out of undergrad because they get to pay them less money. That's how the world works. So it's like if I wanted to do that, so like the actual teaching I do now is like I adjunct at a couple of colleges, and like I like working with adults more, which is why I went and got a master's degree. But like, you know, it's silly. Let's call it silly. Maybe want to be Beetle? Yeah, I guess that's fair. I should have floated and then let that happen. Yeah, I think you're correct that that's what should have happened. A lot of colleges these days have started, and again, like my wife works full-time. She's a business analyst for a major insurance company. It's not like we need me to have a full-time job. Like I was a systems analyst at the same insurance company my wife worked for before I quit my job to stay home with the kids. So like, all right, let's bolt you. I really want to draw a land here. Would love a land, thank you. Yeah, I do Bodhi stuff, but I'm gonna be honest, the Bodhi stuff doesn't make much money. The Bodhi stuff's an open source project that's like, it's a labor of love. There's like half a dozen of us that work on it. We like take it, oh, this isn't a land. we can't use fetch lands, right? That's not a thing that's allowed to happen currently, right? I knew that on some level, but we were talking about other stuff. What excellent draws. What just excellent draws. So your life total can't change means you can't pay costs. You can't pay costs. Oh, that's funny. We are a combo deck, chat. We are a combo deck. Okay, someone's gonna electrolyze this in response, I think. You're targeting me, sure. It's a 3-card combo. Ain't that the truth? These are my cards. Dealer's choice. If my opponent paths us, really they're giving us 3 new lands. Little do they know. I did watch a bunch of the PT. If you go on Twitter and check the hashtag HugelPT, you'll see all my live tweets from the day, from today. Maybe I should have just like windmilled another Platinum Emperion into play last turn. Very possible that was correct to have done. So it's funny that Platinum's winning this matchup. We're actually going to board Platinum Emperion out in this matchup. Because it's just, like, not stellar. But, did a lot of work there. So I'm not jamming the Snapcaster Mage into play here, because I know my opponent has a Spell Snare in hand from an earlier turn. It's a good draw. It's a good draw. Fetch an island, cast this Blood Moon. I mean, some people seem to have forgotten that the humans deck existed before what it is now. The Helix me in response. All right, so now that this has happened, I'm gonna go ahead and Serum Visions and then Snap Bolt my opponent's Dome. Drew another Bolt and we drew a Cryptic Command. All right, that's sweet. So opponent has Spell Snare as one of the 3 cards in their hand. So let's just do this. Put them back down to 4. They'll be dead on board next turn if they don't have a removal spell. We tapped my lands just fine. What's the issue with how I tapped? Nope. Howdy, what's going on, Credits? Welcome. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. This is my friend, the backup Blood Moon. I feel like if you followed the stream, we've thought about, we've talked about how I wasn't a huge fan of the other version of this deck, like the Kiki version and the Breach version, and I was excited to give this one a try. Like, this is the weakest of the combo options that you have, but it's also the easiest to implement, right? And comes at the lowest cost in your deck, which I think there's something, I feel like people undervalue that, right? Well, I appreciate that. I'm glad to just have you here watching at any rate. Every viewer counts. How about if we're just a little bit cryptic here? Yeah, but Fate Stitcher does that the same thing as well, and Fate Stitcher is much better mid combo. Hi from Berlin. How are the cryptics treating you? Thank you for the 2-month resubscription, Slanglers. Re-upping with your Amazon Fun money. The cryptics are good. I love cryptics in decks like this. Very powerful. Playing the second Blood Moon seems like it was unnecessary. If they're playing anything, they can get rid of D-Sphere. If opponent draws multiple islands, they could end step Cryptic bounce the Blood Moon, which is like a reasonable consideration, I think. We're gonna hold lands to loot with this at this point. Spell Snare's probably okay here, right? Lets me tag a Snapcaster Mage at this point, which is nice. Oh, you know what? Oh, that's good. That one good? What do you feel about that one, chat? What do you feel about the lethal lightning bolt? Oh, we knew they had Spell Snare. That was a mistake because we knew they had Spell Snare. Should have passed and done that on their turn, so they had to tap their island. Okay, we'll stop on their upkeep here and bolt them. Upstairs. Alright, so what do we got here? So Pyromancer's good. Dispel's good. Logic Knot's good. Blood Moon's fine. The Madcap package is not good. Spell Snare is fine. Electrolyze is fine. Bolt's fine because they have Spell Queller in their deck. What do I want to cut here? Most of our cards seem like they're pretty reasonable. Is it nuts to trim a Blood Moon in this matchup? I feel like drawing the first one is good, but the second one's pretty anemic. Yeah, I guess Izzet Charm doesn't really kill anything, and just like 2 mana Spell Pierce is pretty bad. I think I want to cut a land? Yeah, I guess I kind of like that. Do that.
A two chip. I do a chip.
You got a chip? Can I have a chip?
A goat.
They're good chips.
Two chip.
Seems pretty good. Basic Island. Boo. Boo. Alright, we have this Young Pyromancer. I think I'm just gonna go Steam Vents Pass here and hope that Dr. Dre survives and we get to play a bunch of cantrips. Dr. P. Rizzle laying down some fat beats for us. If I hadn't ripped the Peasy there, I probably would have gone Shock, Serum Visions. You could maybe make an argument that because I hit the third land naturally, I want to wait to play Dr. Peasy, but I think there's also a pretty good chance they just get snared like that there. Although, holding up Remand to stop a Geist this turn would have been good, maybe. Drewski Brew with the $55 cut the line donation, I assume. Love content, MTG, Hex, and Veggie Burgers. Well, thank you for that very generous donation, Drewski Brew. Welcome. Thank you for the sub today as well. I'm glad you found the cooking amusing last night. That was fun. It was something we were going to do anyways, and it seemed like it might be amusing to stream it. Dr. Dre's dead. He's locked in the basement. All right, so I'm just going to let this happen here because I have the bolt guaranteed to resolve and kill it. Kill this one. Cast you. We hit a land. That's good. I think I want these. It's a real question. I'm gonna bottom the bolt and take the island for now. I'll be sad that I ship the island if we hit a blood moon at some point. Yeah, but what someone else said, Sneak and Show is the legacy blue moon. I agree with that assessment. 10 out of 10 agree with that assessment. Sneak and Show is effectively legacy blue moon. I got all of them cut, actually. I think I'm allowed to make that joke because I'm a dad. This makes me wish I would have kept that bolt. Ooh! Ooh! We found a piece of candy, chat. We found a piece of candy. This is my favorite utility land. One of the reasons why I like these blue-red decks so much. This utility land is quite excellent. Probably gonna see an end-step Queller again here. We have green-red Madcap in the donation queue, actually, so intending to try that at some point. Sneak attack would be fine in Modern. Do you want me to put some chips in your bowl? Okay. Get that bowl right there.
That bowl?
The popcorn. There you go.
The chips?
Sun chips are the best, huh?
The chips?
Can you put some chips in my bowl? Activate my loot house. I'd be in a much better spot right now if I hadn't bottomed that bolt. Feel pretty bad about that. Yeah, deck was kind of sweet. We actually have another donation in the queue for it, so we're probably going to play it again next week. Sun chips are delicious and refreshing, and they have that nice little crunch and that extra taste to it. This stream isn't always sponsored or endorsed by Sun Chips, but Sun Chips, if you're out there, it could be. Alright, so I think we just, like, ram the blood moon down their throat, right? Like a double counterspell backup for it. Think they're gonna path their spell caller in response here. Be in for that. Or are they gonna try and kill it? They might be trying to kill it in response. Yes, would love to assign ascendancies. Why are I described them? I described the texture and the flavor. I feel like I did an A+ job describing them. You gonna have another counterspell? It's your last card, another counterspell? Hilt. Would you sign my burger? 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 would sign your burger. Alright, we're pretty dead. Is Colonnade just gonna beat us down in 3 turns now? Don't you work with Serrani? Ken, didn't he not know that Card Hoarder bought cards? I like fell out of my chair when I read that fucking tweet. It was so funny. Ding. I mean, sure. Please be cryptic, please be cryptic, please be cryptic, please be cryptic. Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, it works too. We get to remand whatever they Snapcaster Mage here, and then we get to Blood Moon them. And then they have just like 1 threat in play. Look, chat, if you have to choose between being lucky and being good, always choose being lucky. Now we just gotta draw an answer to the Snapcaster Mage. Yeah, Pyromancer's an answer too. We got a good number of answers in our deck for sure. Sweet. Dr. Dre in here. You know what? I technically should leave this untapped in case they kill my Blood Moon. Should technically leave this untapped in case they kill my Blood Moon. Look, they're always loud. They know they're loud. They have a Cryptic Command. They have Triple Island here, and this pause makes me feel like they have a thing to do, but they're not sure what they want to do with the Cryptic Command. They have a Logic Knot. Okay, so now it's Logic Knot. Blood Sun is much worse. Blood Sun is a fair Magic card. Blood Moon is an unfair Magic card. And Modern's a pretty unfair format, so Blood Moon is much better. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. Tilt. We do in fact get to loot. We got that going for us. Alright, so they drew a counter spell of some sort because they didn't fire up the colonnade. Things to note. Tapping the loot house here because if this doesn't work, we're dead. Make sure I clicked on the right thing there. Feels like we're getting pretty dead here. Ooh, if their last card's a dud. Rats. Huh. Alright. Close. I think my mistake that game was not identifying how important, hello wifey, was not identifying how important a second spell queller was going to be, and I should have kept that other lightning bolt because it would have buffered my health total probably like 4 to 6 points there, and then that second Snapcaster wouldn't have been lethal at the end, quite potentially. Seems very good. Could you imagine how good Burn would be in Modern if Snapcaster was a red card? Not cracking this fetch land. I'm not sure if I want a basic island or a steam vents off of this just yet. The opt draw probably means I'm going to want a steam vents. Hopefully they just play a colonnade or something tapped here. Snapcaster? Yeah, I think I'll take a snap here. Lets me snap opt next turn. Another land too. I'm not just going to jam the Blood Moon into potential counter magic or Celestial Purge here. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass. We can snap, opt, and then Blood Moon the following turn with Snare up. If you think the new card that is being referenced there is anywhere close to Snapcaster Mage, you don't understand why Snapcaster Mage is good. The card, depending on your opponent's cards to be good, for your card to be good, is very, very bad. Also, the lack of flash is also a big deal. First strike is much worse on this type of effect. And that's not to say that that other card doesn't have some utility to offer. It's just much worse than Snapcaster Mage. Snapcaster Mage, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Alright, so this is probably a Celestial Purge, or they're just going to play through it since they have both their basics. Just going to play through it, it looks like. That's pretty good. Great. Don't counter me back, please. Tilt. Probably did here. Really need to draw another Pyromancer now. We did lose the last match, Tom. Need a way to block this. Those cards are not that. Alright, not jumping this turn, so attack and pass. Going down to 7 here. Probably just gonna Electrolyze upstairs at end of turn here just to draw another card. I do know, I have the feedback so far that this deck feels less bad than other decks. So this is game 3 of this match. The other combos we've played, like not having to like draw awkward halves of our combo has felt good. We can draw Platinum Emperion sometimes, but it's definitely far less bad than some of the alternatives. That's pretty decent. Don't spell snare logic, not me, please. Spell Queller. We're pretty dead here. Dead to Bolt, dead to Helix, dead to Snapcaster Mage. Huh. What are we supposed to do here? I feel like I'm supposed to try and kill their thing. I feel like I could just Cryptic tap draw. I could also Snapcaster Mage, target something, block that Cryptic bounce, draw the token. I think that's pretty unlikely to win, but it feels like we're pretty unlikely to win no matter how we cut this. Maybe this is bad just because it gives them more turns. I guess I get to Bolt Snap Bolt the token while holding up Dispel and Remand now. I actually kind of like that. I don't really mind that at all. Oh my god, I just clicked on the wrong card. It has been a rough day for not paying attention misclicks. Yeah, that's been. I need to slow down. I meant to remand that. It was a tight game. I think we were behind there, but we definitely weren't completely out of it. I wanted to remand that and then Bolt Snap Bolt the token inside of combat with Dispel up. I guess they could have potentially broken that up with Clique after we remand it, but there's a good chance they don't sequence in that manner. We've had like 3 game-losing misclicks today. It's been real bad. Let's stand up. Get some blood flowing. Because it's not my deck list. My favorite part about playing deck lists that aren't mine. Get to say I don't know. I didn't do it. It seems fine. Bolt for early aggression. Blood Moon to lock somebody out, hopefully. That's fine. I didn't like my magic cards anyways, opponent. We're running pretty medium minus. I made a few mistakes though. Definitely punted a few. Lead on Serum Visions here. All of the Snapcaster Mages are belong to me. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep both of these. I'm in for infinite Snapcaster Mages. You want the rest of the chips? They're almost all gone. That's the last of them. You're lucky I love you. I was gonna eat those. Glad we kept the Electrolyze. No idea. Never played the Eldrazi matchup. Hello, oldest son. How are you? You got that demon smirk on your face. Yeah, usually flagstones with Troll Care means that they're a smallpox deck. It could just be a bit of a brew too. I don't really have anything else to do this turn, so I'm just going to save our health total and kill these. We get to snap Electrolyze. 100 bits for chips. Thanks, Capu, for the bits. I appreciate that. Confirmed a smallpox deck. Just gonna discard this click. Yeah. They only have one card left in their hand, so if it's not another smallpox, they're gonna be pretty far behind here. I get to snap Serum Visions on this. Gonna keep propelling ourselves forward. We'll get to snap Electrolytes here in a little bit. Yeah, but like, there's a difference between the combo in this deck that doesn't win the game and the combo in the Goryo Breach deck that doesn't win the game. So like, that's why Magic's interesting, because you can't just pigeonhole and say, oh, this is the same thing as the last thing. This combo only requires us to play 2 awkward cards in our deck, whereas the other combo required us to play 16 awkward cards in our deck, basically, and required us to play looting in order to set it up. Between Blood Moons and Madcap Experiments, you get to attack your opponent from 2 different angles, which I really like. So I feel like saying that this combo doesn't win the game when you implement it, so it's no good, is a drastic oversimplification of what's going on in this deck. I'm actually just going to choose to activate Desolate Lighthouse rather than play Serum Visions this turn, just for the sake of mana efficiency. I could, like, rip a 2 or 3 mana spell that I want to play, but I don't want to Snapcaster Mage this turn because I want to snap Electrolyze the following turn. Liliana of the Veil. Yeah, that's fine. I should have looted first here to get a better feel for what's going to be in my hand. We'll see what they attack with here. If they attack with both of these here, I'm probably going to Snap Bolt. They did not. All right, I'm going to go ahead and loot here. You get to go ahead and snap Electrolyze here. Smash into the Liliana of the Veil. I think this is a good attack on my opponent's part. I'm gonna snap in and Electrolyze, kill both of these. They attacked because they assumed this was happening anyways. They knew about the Snapcaster Mage in my hand. We're looking for another Lightning Bolt at this point, or a Snapcaster Mage for the Lightning Bolt that's already in my bin. You're very loud, Offspring. If we Serum Visions into a Bolt, we can then loot into it, which is nice. We get a bunch of looks at Bolt here. Go bottom here on this. I'm gonna just go ahead and smash here. I think I'm just gonna let me discard this island to the Lily Plus and then loot it into turn again, just like trying to be resource efficient. If they give us something to remand, we can remand it. Nameless Inversion. So they're playing Hakan in their deck. That's adorable. Okay, Madcap's not going to be very good because I have the Liliana in play. Alright, so in response to this Nameless Inversion, I'm going to opt, because if we hit Lightning Bolt, we get to go ahead and kill the Liliana with it still. The bottom of land that I don't need. Alright. Up in this land. I guess I'm playing this and just flipping my thing into play here. This makes Lightning Bolts lethal for the Liliana later. I can't fetch with this because of the Platinum Emperion, but it's a swamp from the Urborg, so it doesn't really matter. There's plenty of blue mana. Matters if we draw like exactly Blood Moon. I guess I could have remanded the back half of that potentially, but they might have also just like not sacrificed their Liliana. The Spare Deck website shut down, which is sad. Mom's in a meeting right now. You can't go upstairs, buddy. She'll be done with her meeting soon, and then you can play upstairs, I promise. Mommy's in a meeting, yep. I named Hakan. It's a card that lets you play night cards from your discard pile. So we're a little bit behind here, but we're not too far behind at this point. I get to bolt the Liliana, so it's my Snapcaster Mage and Desolate Lighthouse versus my opponent's tokens plus Shambling Vent. So we're not in a good spot, but we're not too far behind. All right, I mean that answers the Shambling Vent there. You could maybe argue that last turn I was supposed to have held the land and snap bolted the Liliana preemptively, so that way I could hold the land to loot to my Desolate Lighthouse. Blood Moon would be okay, yeah. Another Madcap Experiment wouldn't be the worst either. And by that I mean it would be awful because I discarded my other Platinum Emperion earlier. So please no Madcap. No Madcap, no Madcap, no Madcap. I don't want to crack this fetch. So the reason why I cracked my one fetch and not this other one is because cracking this fetch changes the clock on the spirits. So right now my opponent has to take 4 turns to kill me with the spirits. Why did they block? Don't ask why, just be happy that they did. Guess I'll take both of these. So both of our Imperiums are down. So we actually only have 3 Snapcaster Mages. We have 2 Snapcasters and a Clique left to win the game. We're pretty far behind here. I think I have to Snap Bolt one of these, right? It feels like I need to Snap Bolt one of these. So it's very possible that my mistake with holding the land and not bolting the Liliana aggressively could cost us this game. I would have had one more look with the Lighthouse if I'd have held a land in my hand, which would have been valuable. Could possibly have another spell in my hand instead of a land in play. I don't have a Cryptic in my graveyard currently. That double blue card in there is a Vendilion Clique. No, it's kind of tiny. So, I played the Snapcaster Mage before my opponent declared attackers there, hoping to induce a mistake. Ideally, I wanted them to leave one of these cards back, so that way I could trade. They would trade it for the Snapcaster Mage. I'd much rather they trade this for Snapcaster. We have 1 Electrolyze in our deck, and we've already played it and flashed it back. This is our second copy of Lingering Souls we're trying to beat through. Alright, so during my opponent's draw step, I'm going to click them here. Hey, Whittington with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. I really do appreciate that. This is the absolute best way you can support my content here. Thanks for sending your Amazon Fun money this way this month. We do not have creature lands. So they have push plus a land. We actually don't have... We don't really have ways left to win the game in our deck. I have 2 Snapcasters. I have 1 Snapcaster. You can't click a land out of your hand, chat. Can't click a land out of your hand. I actually don't think we're capable of winning the game anymore, right? Like, we're just out of win conditions. They have a fatal push for our last Snapcaster. Both of our Cliques are dead. Yeah, we actually are incapable of winning the game. Actually incapable of winning the game. Alright. Post board. EE seems fine. Pyromancer seems fine. This type of deck is really threat light, huh? Logic Knot is okay. Decking them? No, we had 24 cards in our deck and they had 40 in theirs. We'd run way more cards than them. Spell Snare and Remand are both fine. They have Smallpox and Remand. Lightning Bolt lets us pressure the Liliana is nice. I think I'm submitting like this. Yeah. Yeah, we're playing against a bunch of decks where the Madcap Experiment isn't particularly good. Decks that have lots of efficient ways to kill an 8/8. six drops. That's a lot of 6 drops. That's a lot of 6 drops. Yeah. But yeah, though I could definitely see, like, you know, we've played the non-combo variations of Blue Moon, and I think after playing this build, the non-combo builds of Blue Moon are still my favorite. Just like play some Worm Coils, play some Chandras, play some Torrential Gearhulks, just like these big cards that close the door fast and are individually powerful. I think they are definitely still my favorite. My favorite configuration of this. It seems fine. Not super exciting, but fine. Hopefully we can avoid getting smallpox done too. If you click on the little emote thing in chat after your refresh, you'll be able to see all of your emotes, Whittington. There's a little smiley face in chat. Or on mobile, there's an emote button as well. I don't remember if it's a smiley face or not. It's been a rough day, chat. It's been a brutal fast day. Yeah, the Dingler's a hex emote. It's been I can definitely see the appeal of playing a deck like this. Like I just got done saying in that last match, I think I'm just more of a fan of just playing more